Greetings, 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 and welcome again to yet another snapshot, the home of the 15-minute selfie. Yes, I'm Marilyn Green, the hostess you know with the mostest. And you're listening to Snapshot, and you know it's where you get to do only you. So, with that in mind, you might want to come on my show where here's the information a no excuse kit. Just come on, just come. I mean, contact me. I want to talk to you. You know, you see all the information right there. And when you're listening to this, make sure that you share the show and tag a friend. Share the show and tag a friend. All right. So let's get busy with this. Oh, I wanted to add one more thing new. Okay, YouTube people, you need to like, subscribe, and set your notification bell. So I got good stuff today, really good stuff today. And then I'm going to have some more good stuff later on. But YouTubers, please like, subscribe, and set your notification bell. All right, without further ado, wow. I don't know. I guess I don't have time to tell y'all all about this guest that I got today. All right. She is, I can't use any other word to keep popping up, it's iconic, right? She's known internationally, nationally, state, local. She's everywhere being who she is, you know, doing things that are new, things that are trailblazing. I mean, she is just, I can't say nothing but all that. I'm not gonna even say the bag of chips. She's just all that, okay? And I'm gonna bring her up right now. Love me some her. Okay. Hi there, Miss LeCompte. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? And how's everyone on this show?
I think everybody is doing super fantastic, or as they say on Mary Poppins, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Okay, it is
You
so.
can say that.
You know, it's a big deal when you learn how to say that word back then, right? So I still got it in
Absolutely.
my head, but nevertheless, so happy to have you here and to talk about what everybody needs to really be listening about, you know, at this time, because this is the time when we can do the best that we can do to make changes in our world. Okay. So Miss LeCompte, I'm going to put this up there and we're going to talk about this. Now, this is exciting. This is almost like an unveiling to me. So if you don't know, you're going to find out about this. All right, I'm going to put it up there. All righty. So Miss LeCompte, what is this?
This
Wow.
this is a billboard that comes at what I consider an extremely relevant time in our history. The East St. Louis chapter of Top Ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I almost got myself in trouble.
That's okay.
Uh,
It's all right.
our Social Justice and Connection Committee met, and as we had no idea the full importance this election was going to bring to us. But all elections are important, and so we brainstormed, and I suggested a billboard. We had no idea the cost, but we just knew it'd be something different, unique. We wanted to get the attention of the public and of the people around whom we live, and we wanted to get the information out, and it would be something that would not cause any pain to those persons who maybe not be right up to speed on what was going on. So we wanted to put everything in a manner that would grab the new generation, who
Mm-hmm.
is a media kind of generation, to grab the attention of those of us who don't pay attention all the time when we should. And as we worked, and it was more than a year ago, we finally did all the other things in between, and this one came to be extremely relevant in this 21st century and in this particular election. And so we're pleased that it's an instant way to share things with people without everybody having to go out a mile or two out of their way. It's there, it gives you the information you need and encourage you every morning as you go to work, in case you've forgotten that there's something very important you must do by November 5th.
I love that. Okay, so this board right here. Tell me about this. Is this? I mean, are there more boards throughout the United States, or where is this the first, the second? What is it? Tell us about this too.
Well, we definitely know it's the first in the metropolitan St. Louis area. Our regional director was here, and she informed us that another chapter in the southeastern region, which is Mississippi, Georgia, and that part of the world, will be putting up one. If it's not up, it will be up very shortly. What has interested us is as we have shared it vicariously and deliberately to people, other people have said we're going to do one too. And so I'm sure there are going to be a lot. You know, when you start something, you know it's a success when other people want to do it. And politicians have done it. Companies have done it. I don't know if we paid as much attention. I don't think I did. But I did know, and our committee didn't know, and our sorority didn't know, and then they're probably in reverse stance of that this is something that would get the attention of our brothers and sisters who need to vote.
That's right. I love this. I mean, it is westbound on Highway 64 in this neck of the woods. And before you even get to it, when I first saw it, it was just, I can't use another word but glorious, because it comes out of not nowhere, but it just seems like it's just welcoming you to want to say, what is that? Okay. And because it's Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, I know Miss LeCompte, I know that you're getting a lot of I'm just being respectful, right? I know you're getting a lot of people talking about this. What's the buzz? What's the word on the streets about this?
The buzz on the street, sometimes when people don't want to really admit that they've seen it or admit that it's something positive, they'll say, we heard that there was a sign off the highway. And I always respond and say, oh, yes, there is. You must stop and see it. But I will tell you, the first time I saw it, even though I was, designing and all the redesigning and the branding and all the rigmarole you have to go through to get something approved by the sorority, because we're very serious about our branding. We're very serious what we share with the public, because we always wanted to be positive. Still, when I saw it, when I reached Baugh Avenue and I could see the pink and green, and each color has its impact. I think the mere color, when you look at all the other billboards around us, they're not loud, but their colors are more riveting and more, they stand out. But this grabs your attention because it's speaking to you softly, but firmly. Look at me. This is something you need to do. You don't have to be loud about it. You don't have to be jumping down, up and down about it. You just have to do it. You have to soar. It didn't say take off. It didn't say buzz off. It didn't say fly off. It said soar. And when you soar, you go deliberately, carefully, with an agenda with you to the place you're going. And that place for us is the poll before November the 5th or on November the 5th.
I love it. I love it. I also, when she talks about the dates here, early voting, September the 26th through November the 4th. Of course, we know when the election day is, it's Tuesday, November the 5th. So you're driving down the highway, you can't see all that, but you can see it. But we don't want to cause no type of safety issues, I say just come around and keep looking at it. Just keep coming around. Doing your
some people told me they've done it. I didn't quite see everything you said. I took the opportunity to say it. And I will say this morning, even at my church and at other places, schools and everything else, we've passed out literature. We've put these dates. We've had people who say, I'm going to vote if they're registered. We have voter registration material. So this may be telling you when to vote, but we have all the preparatory materials prior to that. We even dragged out the senior citizens and had a parade to say vote. If you're a senior, you can come out. It's all right. It starts at 9 a.m. in the morning. It's very, very early. You can get there and you can vote, and you can tell all your family and your friends. We seniors like to talk. I'm in that category. So this gives you something to call with a purpose, not just calling, girl, what you doing? No, girl, have you voted? Has your family voted? Have your friends voted? Are you just standing around the polls? Have you encouraged someone? Have you said something about their church? This part of our theme is it's a serious matter. Voting for African Americans has been a serious matter for more years than I've been alive. But it's a serious matter for all Americans. And all Americans should vote. Vote the way you want to vote. But we just encourage you to vote. And if you vote with that encouragement and with your focus, you cannot go wrong. And encourage others, of course.
Yes, I love that. I love that. That's really nicely put. But one of the things also somebody might say, hey, I'm not even registered. You can't vote if you ain't registered, right?
No.
You need to take the time to get that registration going on as well. So it's important. And I'm trying to read this sign. If you're in St. Clair County, you can go to the courthouse and they should be able to register. Is that correct?
That's correct. But then East St. Louis has its own voting registration office and everything. So if you live in East St. Louis, you're really lucky. You can go right there. But everyone else who live, if you live in St. Clair County, of course. Now, if you're in Missouri, you have to go to the Missouri thing. But county courthouse is open. The doors are wide open for you. They have a real qualified staff that are in their positions every day. And the machines are there now. You can vote and register on the same day. So let me put that in reverse. So you can register and vote on the same day. But have your ID. You have to have a legal ID. You cannot go, to my knowledge, with anything else that's not a legal ID. So that would be your driver's license, Illinois state license, something to prove that you are who you say you are.
That's right. So, Ms. LeCompte, what would you say to someone that says, my vote is not going to count? What would you say to them outside of some other 30 things you might say to them? But what would you say to them, okay, in a nice way to say, yes, it does?
What I say to them, and some people that we've had the same experience in organizations, and I'll use a personal one, which I use with them. When I ran for regional director of the sorority, and my term was over, the person who succeeded me won by one vote.
Oh,
every vote counts. That has happened, maybe not on the local or state level, that small amount of people, but your vote does count. And sometimes it'll be that one vote. It'd be like looking at the Steve Harvey show where the woman was competing for the $10,000, and the last thing, which she had 1 point left, and it said, what is the thing a dog does? And if you'll see Steve Harvey, I know you've seen this a million times, he said, if only one person just says bites, you will win that $10,000. That's exactly what happened. Your vote may be the one to pull us over the hill. It'll be the popular vote or the electoral vote or whatever vote is needed. Your vote counts. It's only then that you can be sad when your person does not win, or your resolved thing you're looking at about and working for does not win, but you will have done your best. When you've done the best you can, then all you can do is move forward and replicate, duplicate, or any kind of cake you want. But you must vote to be a part of what's going on. And if you read, and reading is fundamental,
it is.
It is fundamental that you read and you vote. If you don't know, I had a boss that used to say all the time, you ought to ask somebody. If you look at TV, you're going to hear all the reasons you should or should not vote for a certain candidate. There's literature everywhere. There's science everywhere. You must vote. It's not about race or sex or anything. It's about the future, in my case, of my grandson. For some of us, our great-grandsons. For some of us, our children. And for some of us, ourselves, because some of the things that are proposed by various candidates are things that make us know that we need to get to the polls and assure and ensure that the future is secure, that we would be the United States of America in which we grew up, and that we have moved forward and not backwards. We cannot afford to go backwards. No. And if you're not in the game, you cannot win the game. But when you play the game, you win the game at least 3/4 of the time.
That's right. That's right. They said about the lottery. Hey, if you can't win if you don't play. All right. You cannot win if you. So let me ask you this, Ms. LeCompte, for those who probably may want to know, how long have you been doing service with Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated? Tell us. I know we've done we had to do today, but tell us about that, because you've been a trailblazer known all over. This is not your first rodeo as far as doing things that sets the tone. So tell us about that.
I'm pleased to say I have been a member for 66 years. I was initiated on the campus of Lincoln University, Alpha Iota chapter. And the rest is history. I came straight out of college. I activated with the East St. Louis chapter, Delta Delta Omega. I became the bachelor's after I had been out of college maybe 3 or 4 years. I then, after 8 years, ran for Central Regional Director. I'm the only person in this history that's been Regional Director 3 times, once by election, once by selection because the Regional Director had a stroke and I was the International Secretary and the International Regional Director completing her part. And then later on, we had a Regional Director who actually left the region, and you must be in the region to serve. And the region chose me to be the person to complete her term. I've also been the international secretary, and I would not even try to talk about how committees I've served on
Okay.
over these 66 years. So it's been a journey of that I've enjoyed tremendously. And but because the political part, the sororities are very political, but it's actually as president of the St. Louis Federation of Teachers, Local 1220, that I really got to delve into politics because unions are very powerful,
Mhm.
and that's another whole story.
That's
But
a
it
whole
was
story.
enjoyable one.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you so much for your service. You have certainly been a trailblazer. Everybody knows your name. How about that?
Oh,
Everybody knows your name, and they know your character and your integrity. They know everything about you. So we are almost out of time. Ms. LeCompte, tell me what you would like for the audience to hear last and to keep in their head going forward.
I would like for them to wake up, stand up, rise up, do everything is necessary to make sure that on November the 5th, before we go to bed if possible, but definitely when we awaken on the 6th, that you have voted in a manner that has kept these United States of America safe, democratic, and moving forward for our young people. It's a serious matter, and your role in it is very simple. Soar to the polls, drive, ride, get on the bus, get there however you can, vote early, go somewhere where there's a machine, but make sure that you feel that you are really and truly an important part of these United States of America. Know that your vote counts. Know that we are people who fight, and we know that when we fight, we win. And every win we've had has helped this country, not just us, this country move forward. So let's just move forward. Do what we have to do. Never forget, voting is a right, a privilege, but it's also in this century a must do. God
Sounds.
bless you, and please vote.
Thank you so much, Miss LeCompte. That was beautiful. I love it. I also love the part of former First Lady United States Michelle Obama said, "You got to do something. Do something. Just do something." Okay. So thank you so much, and I'm going to end now. But you guys have been listening to Snapshot. It's the home of the 15-minute selfie. You know where you get to do only you. Until next time, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, super rest of the day and take care.
And thank you for allowing